Hey Brian, we're not in our studio.
Yeah, what's going on? You just picked me up and drove me somewhere. I don't know where we are.
So we're at the Google Shops event in Heartland, Mississauga, where Google just opened a new space in Best Buys, which they're now having across
One of
Canada.
4 across Canada today.
Yeah, which is Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, and Toronto. So we figured, why not?
Let's check it out.
Yeah. So we're here for our weekly update, and Brian, why don't you start us off?
Okay, my big story on IT World Canada this week had to be about Microsoft making a real commitment to open source. Now, since Satya Nadella took over as CEO, Microsoft has turned this new page. They used to be sort of more on the proprietary code side. Well, definitely on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had Steve Ballmer once famously referred to Linux as a cancer, believe it or not. Yet now, we hear that Microsoft is joining the Linux Foundation, so it'll actually have influence over that operating system. Who would think that we'd get to this moment? But here we are. And also they're letting Google in the door on the .NET development core, which means that Google will have more capabilities to support that on its Google Cloud platform, and having its developers make .NET apps, which it's been doing already, but now formalizing that relationship, making clear that Microsoft's committed to those open standards, and just letting developers code the way they want to code for the platform that they want to be on.
Yeah, and this is probably going to help out Microsoft Azure as well.
Yeah, it's good news for Azure, because now you know that developers will be able to build more interoperable programs with that cloud platform.
Awesome. Okay. The other big news on Computer Dealer News is the AdultFriendFinder hack, which is now the largest hack in history at 412 million, which beats out the MySpace hack a few years ago of 360 million. So this is, you might have heard of the Ashley Madison hack a few years ago, and this is about 12 times worse than that one. So what's interesting right now is the FriendFinder network, which also includes websites like penthouse.com. They haven't come out and admitted that there's been a hack, which was first reported by Leaked Source, which is a hack corroborating website. They search the internet trying to find if there are any hacks.
Almost like WikiLeaks for data breaches.
Yeah, for data breaches, of course. And so it'll be interesting to see some of the fallout here. Unfortunately, with the Ashley Madison hack, we saw a lot of we saw a few suicides and other really unfortunate events. So we're hoping that the same doesn't happen here, but so far there's already been US military emails associated with the hack, British government emails associated, so we don't really know what the fallout will be yet, so we're gonna have to stay tuned.
I think this really shows the need for some sort of legislation that makes companies admit that when they've had a data breach, and take steps to address that fallout.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, we've got one more story to talk about on IT Business this week. Eric Eamon-Wood covered Deloitte's Fast 50 companies, and there was an interesting trend this year. So Deloitte's Fast 50, of course, looks at the fastest growing companies in Canada by revenue. And the fastest growing companies aren't in Toronto or Waterloo, they're out in Vancouver and Calgary, sort of the West Coast, showing that it's a real force in technology. Yeah. Another great trend there to see is that there's more women working at these companies. I think that on average, the top 10 had like a 40% workforce, if that was the stat, but definitely more overall women than we've seen in the past, which I think is great news and shows that having a diverse startup, a diverse workforce can really help your company succeed.
Yeah, for sure. It's still not 50-50, but we're getting close, and that's always a great thing to see.
Getting closer, that's great.
All right, so I'm Alex Radu.
I'm Brian Jackson.
And this has been our weekly update for IT World Canada.
Thanks for watching.